Welcome to my office. Today we're going to be talking about mascara. Hey guys, this is Jen. I wanted to do a new kind of video where I take 5 top selling products and then pit them against each other, test them all out to see which is the very best one in its category. For the very first episode in the series, I wanted to do mascara because look, mascara is one of those things that almost every girl uses in their makeup routine, and it's really hard to find one that is the perfect Cinderella glass sipper. It's really difficult to find the mascara that is the perfect Cinderella glass slipper for your individual lashes. Obviously, I can't test everyone, but I can test myself. So this is going to be on the very scientific, arbitrary rules of what Jen likes. Today, we have 5 different mascaras that we are going to test out, each on a different day, to see which one is the best. For the top selling pick from Sephora, we have Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. From Ulta Beauty, we have Benefit Their Real Mascara. From Nordstrom, we have Lancome Definicils. From Target, we have Maybelline The Colossal Big Shot Volume Express, which is a big shot of lots of words. And then for my viewer's choice, which came from me, again, very scientifically, asking on Instagram what your favorite mascara is. By far, the most favorite mascara that you guys gave me is Heroine Make Long and Curl Mascara, which is so shocking to me because it is a Japanese mascara, which isn't necessarily super easy to find. But, you know, I have a very specific audience, and my viewers definitely have a particular taste in certain cosmetics. So with that, let's go ahead and just hop right into it. First of all, let me just say my ways that I discovered which was the best at each store was not super scientific because I don't actually have access to what is the most selling. So what I did is I just went to the reviews, and whichever one had the most and highest reviews as a combined unit, I assumed it was from people repurchasing a product that they felt very passionate about. So that is what I went for. If there is one that is actually a more best-selling product, then don't at me, because this is my rubric and I made it up. So let's move on. Day 1 of mascara day. Today I'm going to be using Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. I'm going to start how I apply every single time I apply mascara, which is to curl my lashes first, because otherwise there would be no point. My lashes just point straight down, as you can see. So we're going to try to lift them up. Now that our lashes are curled, I'm going to go in with the mascara. It has a very large brush compared to my eye. Okay, so this is what happens no matter what mascara I wear. At first, it's nice and up and long, and now it's starting to fall just seconds after applying the mascara. This is also very messy because the brush is so big, it's hard to get it to go only on the lashes and not on my eyelid. Lower lashes are mascaraed. However, it's very messy, again, because the wand is so big, it's hard to not get the mascara on my actual eyelid. Top lashes have 2 coats of mascara, the bottom have 1, and I'm going to show you from the side. I'm going to curl my lashes one more time. Generally, I would not recommend curling your lashes after applying mascara, but I think in this case, because my lashes just absolutely won't hold a curl, this is how I would actually use the product. Oh, that is not doing good things. Look at that. It's just scraping all the mascara right off. I don't think that's gonna work. I think we're just gonna have to stick with curling once, mascara once with 2 coats, and just leaving it. It's just not gonna hold the curl. There you have it. I'm gonna clean up the extra mascara just so I don't have any product sitting on top of my skin. So far for first impressions, the formula is super voluminous. My lashes look super full. It does not hold a curl. I do love that I can get a lot of impact without doing a ton of layers. For now, we're just gonna go about our day and see how it performs. Here is my update for the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. It's around 8 p.m. now, so I think I put it on 10 or 11 hours ago. Oh buddy, my eyes are so irritated. You know when you get those invisible hairs in your eyeball? That's what it feels like, and that's what it's been feeling like for the last 2 hours, and I cannot wait to wash this off. It's so uncomfortable. I've just been having so many flakes fall into my eyes, and let me show you a close-up because it ain't pretty. Here is the situation. As you can see, there is quite a lot of fallout. A lot has rubbed underneath the eye and then from the side. So as you can see, pretty disappointing. In fact, I'm actually surprised how bad this was because I did used to use Better Than Sex mascara pretty frequently for my lower lashes when I did a full face of makeup. And I don't remember it being this bad. It's justifying my belief that a lot of non-waterproof mascaras just straight up are not going to work for monolids. If you guys are new to my channel, don't know what monolids are, it is a type of hooded eyelid where you don't have a crease. So right now on my eyes, this lid has a very small crease and this lid kind of basically doesn't have a crease at all. So if you have a hooded eye like this side or a creaseless eye like this side, this kind of mascara is not gonna work for you. Oof, pretty bad. Overall, I had a lot of volume, a lot of length. However, in terms of how it wore, that knocked quite a lot of points off. So I did sort of like a out of 5 rating scale for a bunch of different categories. We have presentation, length, volume, curl, wear, removal, and value. So for presentation, I am giving this a 5 out of 5. Again, I have a limited edition one, but I do know how the original looks, which is a very sleek matte pink case with embossed logo on the front. It has a very nice heavy weight, and the actual look of the brush is really nice. For length, I gave this a 4 because it's more focused on volume, but it did give me a good amount of length. Volume obviously got a 5 out of 5. The thing you have to be careful for is if you do too many layers, it does get a little like chunky and spidery, but otherwise very satisfied with how much volume I got in very few swipes. For curl, I'm just giving this a 1. No surprise there. Curl is a very important aspect in my personal gauging of mascaras, but it just did not hold a curl whatsoever. For wear, I'm also giving this a 1 because it did have a lot of smudging, a lot of flaking, and really irritated my eyes to the point where it would be something that I would consider actually returning to the store. For removal, I gave this a solid 5 out of 5. It was super easy to remove. All I needed was water and a really standard facial soap. And then the value, this comes in at $25. So I felt like that was a pretty mid-range price point. It's not going to be your most expensive mascara, but it is on the more expensive side. So I gave this a 3 out of 5, which means that the overall score for the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara is 24 points. Okay, we're on day 2. I'm trying the Benefit They're Real mascara. This is the one that was the top seller at Ulta. So I've already curled my lashes. Let's try this baby out. A couple seconds after I'm applying, I'm seeing the lashes are already starting to kind of droop down. Where did that curl go? That's the before, that's the after. It's so sad. Initial thoughts for day 2. I did about 2 coats on my lashes and it did not hold my curl at all, which is the same case as basically every single non-waterproof mascara I've used. As for the application, it does have a plastic bristled brush. These have less chance of getting too much smudging on my lids. My lashes are pretty voluminous, and I did get a lot of length, especially on my lower lashes on this side. Let's see how it wears through the day. It's already about midnight, which means I've had this mascara on for maybe 13 and a half hours or so. I also, when I first put it on, I realized I forgot to clean up any of the smudges. However, what a stark contrast from what happened yesterday. This basically didn't have any flaking that I can see. Honestly, it still looks about the same as when I put it on this morning. There's a little bit, maybe. It's really not bad at all though. I was actually very impressed. I think I'm going to try and wash my face
and see how the removal is.
Now this one, in terms of packaging, I felt like it had a pretty nice packaging. The shape is very unique. I like the metallic finish. I just don't like how it's sort of like written in script, because I feel like that does make it look a little bit less high-end than, say, the original Too Faced mascara or some of these other higher-end expensive mascaras. But I do generally like how it looks. I really liked the brush. I'm personally a fan of the sort of spiky plastic bristles because I feel like they're less likely to clump, but that is also a matter of personal preference. Some people like a more traditional brush. So overall presentation score, I give this a 4 out of 5. For the actual product, I felt like this was really fabulous in terms of both length and volume. So I gave this a 5 out of 5 for length and volume. In terms of the curl though, just like the previous Too Faced Better Than Sex, it did not hold my curl within, I would say, 30 seconds of applying it. I saw my lashes fall all the way back down, which again is no surprise, but that does mean I only give this a score of 1 out of 5. For wear, I felt like this did a really fabulous job. By the end of the day, I virtually saw no smudging or flaking, so I actually gave this a 5 out of 5, which is really impressive considering these are non-waterproof mascaras and you don't necessarily expect them to be perfect by the end of the day, at least in my personal experience. Removal, once again, this was very, very easy. All it took was my regular liquid facial soap. So for the removal, this gets a solid 5 out of 5. And then the value, this comes in at $25, which again is a medium high-end tier. So I'm just gonna give this a score right down the middle, 3 out of 5, which makes the overall total score for the Benefit They're Real mascara a 28, which is a marked improvement over the Too Faced Better Than Sex. So we are on day 3 of our journey to discover the best mascara. Today I'm going to be trying Lancome Definicils mascara. This one is the top seller at Nordstrom. This is a very different mascara than the first two I tried, the Definicils. Definition, I'm assuming. This is what the actual wand looks like. It's very long and skinny with traditional bristles. So I've already curled my lashes in preparation, so let's give this baby a try. So far, it's actually very lengthening, but my curl has already fallen. It's been on for like 2 seconds and the lash is already gone. Very curled to start. It's literally a disappearing trick. The curl is disappearing right in front of your eyes. There you have it, Lancome Definicils. The lower lashes are very separated, but not a whole lot of volume. I have a lot less lashes here and it's just not doing a whole lot for me. I look like I have no lashes. That's so awesome. I love that for me. From the side, you can see that my lashes are there. They're just really pointing straight down. I mean, the other mascaras did a bad job of holding my curl, but this one might be the worst. But we will see how it wears by the end of the day. What time is it, Ben?
2:30.
2:30. And one thing that I did not anticipate with filming this mascara video with non-waterproof mascaras, I did not take into account that sometimes your girl cries, okay? I was having a little bit of a midday crisis. Tears were shed, and these mascaras are not made for that. Actually, this has more than I thought it would. Okay, maybe my lower lashes like almost don't have any mascara on them anymore. So I'm gonna reapply the Lancome Definicils, and then we're gonna move on with the day, because hopefully that'll be enough hours before it's washed off that it will have a fair shot. Round 2. Let's hope that everything else goes on well for the rest of the day, because if we have any more tears, it's gonna be a problem. It is now about 10:30 in the evening, which means it's been about 8 hours. And so far, I feel like it looks pretty good. I don't feel like I really have much additional smudging, maybe just a tiny bit. See, it's a little bit darker here, but I have not had any eye irritation. Kind of looks pretty similar to how it looked when I first put it on. So I'm going to try to take the makeup off now and see how that goes. This is the most expensive out of all of the mascaras we've tried, but honestly, I have to say my overall impression of it was pretty disappointing. First of all, let's just talk about the packaging. I do really appreciate the very sleek and high-end looking packaging. It's black, it has these gold details. I really like the gold top. The packaging has probably stayed consistent for a very long time, whereas some of these younger, newer brands, they might be trying different things with their packaging to seem a little more luxurious or high-end. Like with the Too Faced, this does have a very heavy weight to it, which makes you feel like it's a more expensive product, whereas the Lancome one is a little bit lighter weight. But I personally really liked the packaging. I felt like it did read as being very high-end and luxurious, but because of the weight, I'm just knocking down 1 point and giving it a 4 out of 5. This is where things get a little bit lower on the scoring mechanisms. I know this is supposed to be like a very defining mascara, but I feel like for a defining mascara, I would really want it to have a good amount of length. It just doesn't bring my lashes out. I felt like my lashes still looked really sparse. For length, I'm giving it a middle of the ground score, a 3, and for volume, it's only getting a 2. Out of all of the mascaras I've tried, I think I've never seen my lashes run away from a curl so quickly as when I applied this. It was literally just within the first couple of seconds, it was just like, pfft. Like they were gone. So that one unfortunately gave a straight up 1. I'm sorry, Lancome. Because I did have to reapply it, maybe that made it slightly unfair compared to some of the other mascaras where I wore them for more hours. But overall, I did feel like it wore very cleanly. Like it didn't really get all over my face. It didn't irritate my eyes whatsoever. So in terms of wear, I feel like it's more fair to give it a 4 out of 5. Which brings me to removal. It did come off really quickly when I cried, which also means that it came off really quickly when I was washing my face. So for the removal, I give this a 5 out of 5. It was super easy. This was the most expensive out of all the mascaras I tried, coming in at $27.50. And would I say that it's worth the cost out of all of these to be the most expensive one? No, I don't think it's worth almost $30. So for value, I'm just giving this a 2. That's going to bring my overall score for Lancome Definicils to a 21, which was the lowest score out of all of the mascaras that I tried. So it is day 4 of our mascara showdown. Today I'm using the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Volume Express Mascara. Okay, what's happening? Is this my favorite one so far? Do you see how long that got? Wow. Why does that look so good? So I did get a little bit of smudging as I was applying it here, but is this actually making my little baby lashes look so long and full right now? If I'm not mistaken, this is actually holding a bit of that curl, which I did not expect to see. Like, what is happening? You can actually see my lashes. I am legitimately really impressed. This is definitely the best one that I've tried so far, which is crazy because it's also the cheapest. Maybelline. I'm feeling this. Okay, we'll see how it goes today. So it's around 11 p.m. now and we're dealing with Smudge City a little bit, but I do have an excuse as to why. I bathed both children today in the bathtub and things got a little splashy. I got a lot of water splashed on my face, and I will say this mascara held up really well until water hit it. As soon as water touched it, it was like running down my face. A lot of that mascara is gone. And then this side wasn't as bad. There's quite a lot of mascara there. So that's definitely a downfall, but it makes me really hopeful for the wash off process. So let's go ahead and just hop into that right now. This Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Volume Express Mascara. It has a very big and loud packaging. Obviously, this metallic gold all over with very bright purple is not going to be reading as expensive, but it is pretty fun. I appreciate some of the little details to it and the shape, but just because it's not really my taste and it does read as being more drugstore, I'm giving this a presentation score of 3 out of 5. The product itself on the inside of the mascara is where it's going to be making up on some points, because for both length and volume, I was seriously so impressed by this mascara, especially because I tried the high-end ones first, and then trying this, I was like really shocked and made my lashes look so good. So for length and volume, but especially I want to put special attention on the length portion, this did great things for my little lashes. So I gave it both a 5 out of 5 in length and volume. Now for curl, this is the little X factor for this mascara that I really did not expect. Every single non-waterproof mascara I've ever tried has just obliterated the curl in my lashes, but this one surprisingly did hold somewhat of a curl. Now I'm not going to say it's like a 5 out of 5 where you can see all of my lashes, but because it did hold like a half curl, which even that much is pretty impressive to me, I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 for curl. I wanted to be fair when it came to wear because I did get splashed with water directly on my eyes, which isn't so different than what happened with the Lancome mascara where I cried some of it off and then reapplied it. I didn't reapply this one, but in terms of the wear outside of getting splashed with water, it was pretty clean. It wasn't like excellent. I did have a little bit of smudging and a little bit of flaking, so I feel like it's fair to give this a 3 out of 5. But in terms of the removal, it was very easy to remove, so I gave this a 5 out of 5. And then in terms of the value, this was the least expensive out of all of the mascaras that I've tried, which is so funny and shocking because it's a really quality mascara. So for value coming in at $7.99, this gets a 5 out of 5, which means that the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Volume Express mascara gets an overall score of 29, which is really darn impressive. It's now the last day of our mascara comparison. Today I'm trying the viewer's choice option, which is picked by you guys submitting on my Instagram which your favorite mascara was. So this is the Heroine Make Long and Curl Mascara Advanced Film. Already curled my lashes. Let's try it on. Whoa. And that's my monolided side. I didn't even go back and double dip, but they look so long. What? I'm noticing that the bristles seem to be a little bit shorter, which I feel like helps me get control, and with my style of lashes, it's getting on the lashes a little bit more precisely. But that being said, I am getting quite a lot of touching of my lid with the brush. But honestly, I feel like with every single mascara, I got it on my skin. So maybe that's just more that I'm applying it not great. I'm gonna go get a Q-tip, clean up, and I'll be right back. I cleaned up my lids. As you can see, they're looking kind of amazing. Curl is being held. Lashes look voluminous and long. I think it checks all of the boxes for me of what I want in a mascara. However, this is definitely performing like a waterproof mascara. It doesn't say that this is the waterproof version, and I also bought this one just to show you the difference. This is the super waterproof version, so this is technically their regular version, but I'm thinking I might have to do this mascara comparison again, specifically with waterproof mascaras, because that's going to be a whole different ball game. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments so that I know if I should do that or not. Trying to get it off with a Q-tip, I definitely had to add a little bit of water to get everything clean. So we'll just have to see how this wears throughout the day, and the wash test at the end of the day will be very revealing, I think. Wow! Okay, yeah, I'm really excited about this. We'll see how it does for the rest of the day. So it's about midnight now. I am literally so shook. My lashes look so good, you guys. It just makes me happy every time I go to the bathroom, look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. I have a little bit of smudging right here, teensy bit here. I'm so impressed. I'm not even wearing eyeshadow primer, you know, and that's something I do every single day, all the days that I'm wearing any kind of mascara ever. So just the fact that I'm not wearing any eyeliner, I just have mascara and brows, this has really opened my eyes to rocking this look on the reg if I have a mascara like this. Love. I can't believe how well it held that curl. Also, like,
just the fan pattern it got my lashes to do.
I don't think any of the other mascaras have competed, to be honest. But the last task here is probably going to be the most telling. All of the other mascaras we've tried so far could be taken off just with a regular face wash, but I bet you that's not gonna work for this. I'm just going to wet half of my face and see if it really will just wash off with just a regular face wash. I'm gonna guess it doesn't, but at least I won't have to have as much trouble with both sides of my face.
Well, that's really waterproof. That did nothing to remove it at all. Let's see, with some face wash. You know, it's getting more than I expected. I got maybe like a good 80% of it, which I'm quite impressed with.
But y'all know that's not okay enough for me. I need to do like a full-on cleanse. I'm using the Pharmacy Green Clean. It's like a cleansing balm. Just taking a little bit. I always do a double cleanse if I'm wearing makeup. The only time I don't is if I'm just wearing mineral makeup and like no eyeshadow, no eyeliner, usually no mascara. So this has been an interesting experiment for me, only using a regular cleanse, but this is my normal routine, is doing the double cleanse.
I already missed my long lashes.
Finally, we are coming to my wild card, the viewer's choice pick. If you want to voice your opinion on the next time I do one of these videos, feel free to follow my Instagram so that you can contribute some of your answers. You can follow me at From Head to Toe. But that's why this is something that I was really looking forward to, because I really do trust your opinion over just whatever is a top seller. From what I already knew from Japanese mascaras, they tend to be more on the waterproof side, but also really good at holding a curl, which, because all of these other ones weren't so good at holding the curl, I was really hopeful for this, and it definitely lived up to those expectations. For packaging, I have to say, this doesn't look the most expensive out of all of the mascaras out there. I think the ombre is cute, but it doesn't read as high-end. Overall, it looks a little bit drugstore, but it just is very basic. The shape is very basic, so I gave it a score of 3 out of 5. Once again, the product on the inside is where it's going to get some really amazing points. In terms of both length and volume, this gets a 5 out of 5. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen my natural lashes looking this beautiful before. I was so happy with how just like perfectly fanned out my lashes look, and compared to all of the other mascaras, this truly was the only one that held my curls to the point of my personal satisfaction, blew the others out of the water. Absolutely super high score, 5 out of 5 for curl. For wear, I did have a teensy bit of smudging by the end of the day, but not really anything in terms of major flaking, no eye irritation. Overall, everything looked very clean. Because it did have a slight bit of smudging, but not so much something that I would be concerned about, I gave this a score of 4 out of 5. So for removal, I did try taking this off 2 different ways. This is not a mascara formula that I would feel comfortable using a single cleanse to remove my makeup. So with the double cleanse, this was actually very easy to remove. Compared to some of my other waterproof mascaras, this did remove a lot easier, which just goes to show how crazy waterproof some of my other mascaras are. So overall, I thought it had a pretty good removability, but still obviously not as great as those regular washable mascaras. So I gave this a 3 out of 5. In terms of value, we dealt with either pretty high end or pretty low end with the other mascaras. This one fell somewhere in between. I found it locally at a Japanese cosmetics store here in LA, and it ran me around $12. It's actually pretty close to a drugstore price of a mascara, which means that this has a fantastic value for everything that it did and how beautifully it made my lashes look. So for the value score, I gave this a 5 out of 5, which means that the overall score for this mascara is a 30, and it also makes it the highest scoring mascara out of all of the ones I tried. So let's put them in order. We have Heroine Make Long and Curl Mascara, Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Volume Express at number 2, Benefit They're Real Mascara at number 3, Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara at number 4, and Lancome Definicils at number 5. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this little product experiment with me. If you found this helpful or interesting, I would so appreciate it if you would hit that like button and tell your other friends about this, because like maybe some of your friends need to find them a better mascara. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!